the John Fredericks Radio app, and I am your Godzilla of the truth in America. Happy J6mas. Great to have everybody with us. The Jane Meister coming up next. We got a lot going on in Ohio. Jane Timken, she's got a lot of titles. State Senator, Ohio. Also, don't forget, Jane is also the National Committee woman from the Republican Party from Ohio. So she wears a lot of different hats. I'm going to be seeing her in, 2 weeks in Santa Barbara, California, at the winter meeting of the RNC. Can't wait to see her there. The Jane Meister coming up next. Don't forget, I tell you what, this segment's sponsored by our good friend Glenn Story and Scott Colburn. They run Patriot Mobile. I love Patriot Mobile. I run my company. I got 3 phones, all Patriot Mobile, all great. How do I do this? Well, because the rates are only $85. I get everything. But here's the best thing about it. I get a BOGO 2 for 1. Like 2 phones for 1? No, you get the phones. Come on, you just get phones anywhere you sign up, you get the deal. No, you get 2 carriers for the price of 1. You pick the 2 carriers that you want, and you get both of them for 1 price. Doesn't change. And what happens is, depending on where you are, let's say I got Verizon and AT&T, right? So right now I got Verizon on. I got 5 bars. Yay. I go into Virginia. I got 3 bars. AT&T 5 bars, or 2 and 5. What happens? It automatically switches over. I don't have to do anything. It's automatic. I get 5 bars everywhere I go. Unbelievable. These guys have got it figured out. Glenn Story, a visionary in mobile communications. If you're not doing Patriot Mobile, you're wasting money and time. Go to patriotmobile.com, patriotmobile.com, promo code Godzilla. You're going to get $35 off immediately, off your activation fee, and everything is done over the cloud. You don't have to do anything. There's no like SIM cards and tweezers and the damn FedEx or anything. No, it's all over the cloud. Everything transfers over. You lose nothing. And it takes about 20 minutes over the phone and you're done. Brilliant, Glenn Story. Brilliant. All you got to do is go to patriotmobile.com, promo code Godzilla, or give them a call and talk to somebody that answers the phone and speaks English. I know it's a novel concept here in America. Speak English and answer the phone. What an idea. All you got to do is go to 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-PATRIOT. And you, my friends, are good to go. Call 972-PATRIOT. Or go to patriotmobile.com, plus a portion of whatever they make goes to support Christian conservative causes. You're giving money to Verizon. Where's that going? Mandami, right? His army? Who the hell knows? I know where Patriot Mobile's going, and that's Christian conservative causes. Joining me now, the Jane Meister, Jane Timken. Jane, thank you for being with us. Merry J6mas. Hope you and your family had a great holiday. And
we did. Thank you.
Good. Jane, we got to start with Walz here, and then we're going to get the fraud in Ohio. By the way, I'm going to see you at the RNC winter meeting. Ann and I are going there.
Yep.
Normally, Ann doesn't go to these things, but she's like, where is it? I don't want to go. I'm like, Santa Barbara. Okay. That was the extent of the convo. So she's going. So it's true. She said it was in Santa Barbara. All right, let's get to, let me find this here. We got to get to, what are these Tim Walz quotes here? Let's go, Tyler, to the first one. Tim Walz, after he resigns, babbling about white supremacy. Roll it.
I don't want to mince words here. Donald Trump and his allies in Washington and in St. Paul and online want to make our state a colder, meaner place. They want to poison our people against each other by attacking our neighbors. And ultimately, they want to take away much of what makes Minnesota the best place in the country to raise a family. They've already begun trying to withhold funds that were meant to help families afford childcare. And they have no intention of stopping there. Make no mistake, we should be concerned about fraud in our state government. We cannot effectively deliver programs and services if we can't earn the public's trust.
Okay, I guess this fraud was caused by white supremacy, Jane. What is the deal with this guy?
He's a clown. I can't believe he was almost our vice president. I'm glad he's gone. I think he finally saw the writing on the wall that the outside world have seen that Minnesota has been mismanaged by Tim Walz. And I was jokingly saying, now that he's resigned, maybe he can go back to China, enjoy the warm comfort of the Communist Chinese Party.
as Mandami said, the warm embrace of collectivism versus the cold reality of rugged individualism. It was an unbelievable statement he made. The extent of fraud in Minnesota, we don't even know what it is. It started at 9 billion, now it's up to 18 billion. We don't even know where the bottom is here, Jane.
Yeah, this is so heartbreaking for all the people who paid taxes in Minnesota. And in fact, federal tax dollars went to Minnesota. So we have hardworking Americans who are doing the right thing, going to work, taking care of their family, paying their taxes. And they had a system in Minnesota that was outright abusive. And people took the money, and all reports are that they spent it on, high-end luxury cars and beautiful houses, and sent the money back to Somalia. It's outrageous.
Let's get to cut 10 here, Tyler. Here's Tim Walz again. You can't get enough of this guy. And as Jane said, it's frightening to think this guy could have been VP and then this would have happened. He would have had to resign, kind of like Agnew did. But let's get to 10 here. Here he is blaming MAGA radio people for stealing $16 billion. I mean, what do we have to do with it? Roll it.
We've got conspiracy theorist right-wing YouTubers breaking into our daycares, demanding access to our children. We've got the President of the United States demonizing our Somali neighbors and wrongfully confiscating funds that Minnesotans rely on. It's disgusting and it's dangerous.
I guess I'm the blame, right? I'm the one that stole the $16 billion. All we do is report the fraud that's going on. 90 people have already been indicted and convicted there, and we haven't even got to the tip of the iceberg, Jay.
Bingo. I mean, that's the thing. He glosses over the fact that there have been, 82 people indicted in Minnesota for fraud. This is very serious. And he acted like it was no big deal, nothing to see here, just move on. The biggest concern I have is that it was systemic. And look, it has nothing to do with a certain community, whether you're Somalian or not. You should not be defrauding the American taxpayers.
It's unbelievable. And we don't even know how deep this is, which is the frightening part of it. 87% of Somalians there that came to Minnesota, 87% are on welfare. I mean, they got 180,000 people that they shipped in. Basically, the Democrats figured out that we can ship in third world country. We can put them on welfare. We can allow fraud to happen, and they'll vote for us. And we got 180,000 foot soldiers. 87% of Somalians that are there are on welfare. I mean, is that just mind-boggling to you?
It is. I mean, it's what I'm also concerned about is that the chain of money. So it seems that if you look, I would love to see the campaign finance reports from a lot of Democrats in Minnesota to see where their funding is coming from. Are they getting donations from the owners of these, autism centers and childcare centers? Because I think that's going to be a very telling story of how intertwined this scandal was.
We're chatting with Jane Timken, the Jane Meister. Jane is Republican National Committee woman from Ohio. Jane is also a state senator from Ohio. Jane, talking about state senator from Ohio, we understand. I had Walter Kurt on the other day. He's from Ohio. He said there is massive fraud at almost the same level in certain parts of Ohio. True or false?
Yet to be told. I don't know. And I don't want to get over my skis on this. I think that I have more faith in Ohio Republican leadership than Tim Walz. The governor gave a press conference yesterday addressing this, saying that Ohio has different systems in place. Ohio pays based on attendance, not enrollment. They have a lot more protections, and Director Wente has been in contact with HHS. So we'll see. I am not saying that there is no fraud. I just don't know if it's as widespread as what's happened in Minnesota. I think that, this should be looked at. The thing that drives me crazy is that we have a childcare crisis. We need more childcare centers. It needs to be more affordable for families to be able to afford to care for their children and hold a job. And quite frankly, this ends up affecting more women because it costs them more to send their kids to childcare than they make. And so they stay home and they stay out of the workforce, and that affects the overall economy. And so I'd love to be able to see that we get a right system with no fraud. Though I'm sure going to be more investigations into what's happening in Ohio. We'll see. TBD is what I'm saying on that one. I'm watching and waiting to see what comes out of all of this, because if there is fraud, people will be held accountable, no doubt.
Jane Timken with us, the Jane Meister. Jane, your leading candidate for governor on the Republican side, Vivek Ramaswamy. What is his position on daycare in Ohio?
I don't actually know. I think he's very interested in getting our economy really revving. I think he wants to see people coming out from the sidelines. We have open jobs in Ohio. I believe it's almost 250,000 open jobs. We need people to get off the sidelines and into the workforce. And quite frankly, a lot of able-bodied people who should be working are not. And so we need to really push that in Ohio. He's announcing his lieutenant governor on Wednesday. So this campaign is really firing on all cylinders. He has so much enthusiasm on the ground, and I've never seen anything like it. It is a movement, and he is an inspiring leader. He's not going to be your typical Republican stayed, I'm going to decide my policies. He's going to go hard charging, and I think that's exciting for Ohio.
So he's going to announce his lieutenant governor on Wednesday, Jane Timken. Why not Jane Timken for lieutenant governor? Are you in the running?
I made the decision that I was appointed to the state Senate, and I'm going to stay in the state Senate.
Why? Why don't you put your hat in the ring? You'd probably be a tremendous asset to him.
Well, I think that it's the best thing for me, and I think that I owe it to the people who I represent to stay in the Senate.
So the lieutenant governor, is that like they do in Indiana? It's appointed, but then it's at a convention, or is it just appointed and that's it?
No, they run as a joint ticket. So they will both have to file petitions to run as governor and lieutenant governor. So it is, you vote for one, you vote for the other.
So could there be another candidate that runs for the nomination for LG?
No. Well, if there is, I think there's other Republicans running for governor. They will choose their own.
They'll choose their own. So they'll run as a.
So it's a dual.
They'll run as a two-person team, kind of like president and vice president, right? You vote for one, you vote for them both.
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. So obviously, if Vivek is way ahead in the nomination process, which he is from the polls I've seen, then his LG pick would win. Should be you now. And I get all the disclaimers and all that rah-rah. Let's get to the Ohio Senate race. How's that look?
You mean Husted and Sherrod Brown?
Yeah.
People are so tired of Sherrod Brown. I'm sorry. I've always said, go get a haircut, get a better suit, get a better job. Look. The exciting thing for John Husted is that he's actually picking up union endorsements, because I think the unions in Ohio have started to recognize that Sherrod Brown has no clout anymore. And I think Husted is raising a significant amount of money. He's well known in the state of Ohio. He's been a very effective U.S. senator. And I think that it's going to be a competitive race, because Sherrod has a lot of his national cronies will want to support him. But I think that the Ohio voters will vote for John Husted as well. They should.
Well, you ran for Senate back in 2022. Why didn't you decide to run again? Normally you run two times. It's the second time when you win.
Well, I mean, John Husted was appointed, so he is the incumbent. Running in a primary against an incumbent U.S. senator is a suicide mission. So no.
Well, I'm a Jane Meister fan, so I think you should run for Senate the next time it comes open. But that's a long way off. Meantime, we're going to see you in Santa Barbara. Jane, the Jane Meisters, stay with us.